welcome. So today we're just going to talk about squatting. So those who obviously follow will see on the stories throughout the day that we've got a group of mums. We've got actually a couple of groups of mums that are training with us currently, from some new mums that have got 6 and 7 month year olds to some other mums that have obviously got teenagers and late primary school kids such as myself. So one of the things that I want to address today in this video is the topic of squatting and doing strength work and chucking weight on your back. You see, there's a lot of stuff floating around on social media now about, for girls, don't do cardio. No cardio, don't do cardio. It's not good, kills your gains, and therefore you should just lift. Well, the only thing that I see with that, and I see it, and I'm going to call it a problem, is that we're telling people that in order for them to lose weight, do this, do that, grow a booty, blah, 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 it's all about whacking weight on your back. And fundamentally, and it's not a girl thing, it's a guy thing as well too, most people can't even support themselves in what we call an active position, and therefore really, until they get that, they really shouldn't be sticking any weight on. Now what I mean by that is this. There are a lot of trainers that say when we're doing a squat, we need to be able to go ass to grass, right? Now, when we go ass to grass, or when we're in the deep squat, in theory, it's what we call a passive stance. So for me, if I'm sitting down, if I come down, I've got my toes turned out a little tiny bit. I'm sitting right the way down, I'm sitting down and I'm resting. It's passive. I'm just letting my body collapse on to my hips and my knees, and I'm not doing anything. I'm not active. Now, what will end up happening for a lot of people, you'll end up rolling forward. All right, you'll sway backwards and forwards, and you can see with me what we call dorsiflexion, or the ability for me to get flexion in my ankle is a little bit limited. So what I do is I'll turn my toes out. Now, for me, when going from simply here, I'm relaxed, to simply here, now where I'm engaged, I'm chest proud, I'm pushing my feet into the floor, I'm trying to push to the outside, I'm engaging through here. Again, not the nicest visual, I understand, but I'm sitting here now. Now I'm in an active position. When I simply come up, I'm in a more active position. When I simply come up, I'm in a more active position, and so on till now I'm sitting at parallel. I have to be active. Now, a lot of people, when they're doing this, they can't handle it. 10 seconds in, oh shit, this hurts. If 10 seconds in, if that hurts, if you can't hold that, you should not be putting weight on a bar and chucking it on your back. Your body is your own weapon. Your body is your own weight. So therefore, one of the things that I've been doing, particularly with the new mums, again, they're all kids around 6 and 7 months old, is before we start putting any weight on their back, we start off with body weight. And things like doing the squat hold, a bit like what we've done, things like doing frogs, where we're simply sitting in the squat position, my hands are in, and I'm now sitting, I'm now active. I'm sitting up, I'm coming up, I'm getting range through here, through my back of my hamstrings to my glutes, my back is still nice and straight, and I'm down. I'm not bottoming out and sitting there just unflexed. I'm sitting here active, my range is here, I'm up, hamstrings, glutes, I'm down. I'm getting my quads, I'm getting everything active. So one of the things that I'm big on is this whole thing of when we're doing strength, we need to be able to support ourselves in our own body weight first. So what can we do? So first of all, part of my daily mobility is that simple, the bottom squat position. So no, it's not active, but what I'm going to simply do, I'm going to simply, over a period of time, sit down. I'm going to turn my toes out, I'm going to screw my feet out, I'm going to sit through my heels, and I'm going to sit into my bottom squat. Now, as you can see, I'm leaning a bit further forward, so I'm going to raise my hands to bring my chest back up. By doing that, I engage the outside of my quads. Right, so my quads, they come through into my glutes, and therefore what that does, it engages through my adductors as well too. So simply sitting in an active bottom squat here, and then slowly, I'm just going to simply rise a couple of inches. I'm going to rise a couple of inches, and I'm going to drop. Now, the whole idea of this is we're going to build. We're going to start with 30 seconds. We're going to do that. We're going to get ourselves up. We're going to stretch. Going to take the legs nice and easy, and then we're going to come down. So first of all is the bottom squat being active, and over a period of time we're going to build to that 2-minute hold. It might take you a while, but trust me, it's going to help you. And why does it help you? Because when you do then go and chuck on the weight on the bar, when you're down and you're sitting up and you've got this, because you're now active, you know where you need to drive through, you know you need to put your heels through. You're not going to come up and go, ugh, and you're not going to collapse like you see all those gym fail videos. What you're going to do is you're going to know that if you are here, you don't need to get ass to grass. You can be here, you're still active, and therefore what you're going to do, you're going to think head up, chest pound, toes out, outside of the feet, drive, heels through the floor, and I'm engaging. Squatting is not just a quad dominant activity. Everything, we call it lower posterior chain. Quads, glutes, hamstrings, calves, adductors, abductors, through here, right? Through my hip flexors, all of that should be working before I even go and put some weight on. So step 2 is that. That was step 1. Step number 2, we're now going to go into what's called squat to stand. So same thing, I'm going to hit the position, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to come into my squat position, I'm now going to take my hands under my toes or my ankles, and I'm going to simply flex over and around my back. I've now actively engaged through here, hold, and easy, and sit back down. Hold, 2, 3, pardon me, up we go, 2, 3, squat, 2, stand. Third tip, again, not even talking about weight, if you're a little bit like me, and you've got that challenge of what we call the dorsiflexion, ankle flexion, and keeping my feet in what we call the train tracks, what you can do is simply use something like a simple 5 kilo plate. Maybe even a 2.5 kilo plate. You see the weightlifters, they have the lifts on their shoes. And all it's going to simply do, it's going to let me stand into that position. My heels are now elevated. And now, in that position, I can now get to my bottom squat with my feet in my train tracks. But again, you can still see, I'm going to the outside. I'm sitting down. I'm now active. I'm now more active, and I'm standing and I'm going up and down. Now, right here, right now, I am feeling that burn that we talked about. So, going ass to grass with weight in your back, to me, it's a stupid thing if you can't even get into a squat hold. Get active, not passive, but be active with your own body weight. When you get that and you understand that, then progress with the weight. Maybe it's not a barbell, maybe it's a goblet squat, maybe it's a dumbbell on the shoulder. But until then, learn what your body can do first before you start loading the bugger up. My name is Don McStraw, this is the McStraw Method. Guys, thanks for your time.